Just in case you wanted to hear it, Jake Virtanen is out for a month. That is not our topic of the video today, but a lot of people are going to be asking for conversation about that. I don't want to do that. You know, that's too negative. It's Family Day. I want to be positive on this family celebratory holiday here. So let's talk about Jonathan Dahlen instead. Yeah, I know, it's a great segue. I know, trust me, I'm really good at writing segues, but Jonathan Dahlen is legitimately starting to establish himself as one of, if not the, most capable and most ready Vancouver Canucks prospects in the system. Now, obviously, there's Quinn Hughes. You could say Hughes is more developed in that category, but hey, Jonathan Dahlen, or Jonathan Dahlen, okay, I'll stop with that. Jonathan Dahlen is the focus of this video today, and I'm making this video now because there's a few things that we could talk about in regards to his play with the Comets. Yesterday, in the Comets game against the Cleveland Monsters, the Comets won 5-4 in overtime, but Dahlen didn't get any points. This was significant because this was the end of Jonathan Dahlen's 6-game point streak, wherein he got himself 7 points, 3 goals and 4 assists in the 6 games prior to yesterday's game. With this performance, Dahlen is now up to 29 points in 50 AHL games, 14 goals, and 15 assists. Now, if you take a look at the Utica Comets in their entirety, Dahlen is up there at 5th in team scoring. Guys ahead of him, you got Brendan Gaunce, who is just under a point per game, Zach McEwen, who is up with the Vancouver Canucks, Tanner Kiro at 47 points, and Reed Boucher, who is over a point per game. He's just doing amazingly well. Speaking about Dahlen, though, I actually wanted to kind of point this out. This was quite funny to me. The Utica Comets have played the Laval Rocket a number of times. If you want to be exact, they've played them 6 times throughout this season. And in the 6 games that the Utica Comets have played against the Laval Rocket, Jonathan Dahlen has notched himself 4 points, 1 goal, and 3 assists. This is kind of funny because we all know the only reason we even have Dahlen is because we traded Burrows for him. Burrows being the Laval Rocket assistant coach today. So, hi, Burrows. Nice to see you again, buddy. But Jonathan Dahlen is now in a position where, if you take a look at the rookie scoring leaders for the American Hockey League, you can see the guys up front, Drake Batherson, Alex Barboulay, Tyler Benson. These are all some great prospects, but going down to where Jonathan Dahlen is, he's actually tied for 20th in rookie points in the AHL. He's in a 6-way tie with Morgan Geekie, Dylan Gambrell, Jake Evans, Sam Lafferty, and Filip Zadina. Yeah, Filip Zadina is tied for Dahlen in points. Dahlen has himself 15 assists and 14 goals. Zadina has himself 15 goals and 14 assists. Zadina has done it in less games, but hey, it's still some pretty nice company to have, isn't it? Zadina has played 7 less games than Dahlen this year, but they have the same amount of points, and I know it's not really a fair comparable because Zadina's like 2 years younger than the guy, or something crazy like that, but it's nice to see. And you know what's even nicer to see is the company that is actually there alongside of Zadina and Dahlen. You got Dylan Sekura, who's at 30 points. He's actually inactive right now. You got Michael McLeod, who is a New Jersey Devils prospect, up at 31 points. You got Martin Necas, who is at 31 points. He was highly touted as well. Sam Steele is up there at 31 points. Taylor Radish is up there at 31 points. Jordan Kyrou is at 33 points, and Logan Brown is at 34. Granted, all of these players have played in less games than Dahlen has, but it's still a good league of players to clash yourself into, and to kind of classify yourself within, because Dahlen is kind of in that same tier, and it's kind of funny because some of these guys are first-rounders, some of these guys are highly touted later picks, and Dahlen is a guy that we got for Burrows. So, yeah. It's nice to see Dahlen coming over here into North America, actually playing his game, exhibiting what it is that made him successful in the Allsvenskan, and overall what led him to carrying Timrå back into the SHL. Now, if you want to talk about the rest of the Utica Comets, though, Dahlen is not the only one who has been met with success. We've talked in the past about Cole Lind, Jonah Gadjevich, and Petrus Palmu. These were the three that everyone was kind of looking at and saying, man, they're not getting chances, they're not putting up points, what's going on, Trent Cole? And Petrus Palmu is actually doing very, very well back in the TPS in Finland. He's like under a point per game in like less than 20 games or something crazy like that. But Cole Lind is up to 11 points in 37 games right now. He's actually been getting it back together. And a lot of people who have been following the Comets have been noting that, yeah, Cole Lind is a different player now than he was at the beginning of the season. He's being trusted more, he's doing more productive things on the ice, and as a result, he's getting more rewarded. Jonah Gadjevich, on the other hand, he's getting himself a lot of points now too. Now, granted, he's only at 7 points in 30 games, but Gadjevich is starting to become a more comfortable player in the AHL as well, as noted by his interviews and the things that he's doing out there in the recent games. He's been getting into more fights, putting up a little bit more points here and there, and overall, he's transitioning particularly well in comparison to the beginning of this season. But the biggest one of all is Jonathan Dahlen, who's actually doing really well. He was doing well at the beginning, and he's doing well still today. 5th in the team in points, 29 points, tied with Filip Zadina. He's in the top 20 of rookie scorers in the AHL. It only seems like it's a matter of time before we see Dahlen suit up full-time for the Vancouver Canucks. Hope you guys enjoyed this Richard Plessing, that's Roll69 Gaming, and bye.